I was like, you got me messed up, okay? Hello guys, it is your girl Jasmine Fox, back at it again for another video, okay? As you can tell by the title, today is a story time, a juicy story time, a hot tea filled story time. Like, I'm not even playing games, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe underneath. I also wanted to give a big shout out to my older sister, Ebony. She did my hair, my makeup, my outfit. Like, I'm ebony-fied head to toe. So yes, big shout out to her. So let's get into the tea, okay? So there are quotes around X because it really wasn't even nothing serious. It lasted like, I want to say 3 weeks or so. So this happened in 9th grade. We're gonna call the boy Jack, okay? Little Jack. I remember when I first noticed Jack, like, I thought he was cute. Like, he was cute. It wasn't really like thinking hard into it. I just remember seeing him and I thought he was cute. So we met through Twitter. In Twitter, like, if you favorite a certain amount of someone's tweets, they're gonna kind of take that as an invitation of, you know, you wanting to talk to them, or, you know, you're interested in them. So I remember, like, I was on Twitter and I had ended up favoriting a lot of the tweets that he was tweeting on the TL. If somebody's like relatable, like, you're just favoriting them. I was just going through and I was like, dang, I ended up, like, I keep favoriting this boy's tweets, but I didn't think into it that much. But of course, he's gonna end up thinking, okay, shawty want the number, like, shawty want me. So he ended up DMing me after I had favorited all those tweets, and he had said something like kind of flirtatious, you know, playing around like, oh, why you keep favoriting my tweets, you know, like flirtatiously. And I remember I said something back, and that's just kind of how we started talking, communicating. Then eventually we exchanged numbers and started texting, okay? So that's how things kind of got, I guess you could say, more serious, because it was like we went from Twitter, and once you get the number, it's a little different, okay? So I remember that Jack was very kind of, I don't want to use the word forced or like pressuring, but he was just the type of person that was really like, okay, we need to do this now, like, we need to be boyfriend and girlfriend now, we need to, you know, do all this stuff, like just forcing things just because that's what everybody else is doing, you know? And I wasn't that type of person. Like, you know, I just go with the flow. I don't like to force things. So he wasn't like that though. I remember actually Jack was the one who ended up, he created my Snapchat for me. I didn't even have a Snapchat, and he wanted to start Snapchatting so bad.
I wonder why.
So I remember that's how I ended up getting a Snapchat, because I used to be really against Snapchat. I thought Snapchat was boring and just a waste of time. Now it's like snap crack to me, okay? During this whole entire break, we never actually like met in person, even though we went to the same school. We just were texting and things like that. I remember he was very like pressuring on having that whole title thing, like the boyfriend girlfriend thing. And you know, I just wasn't really like, I wasn't really even like trying to do all that. I don't know, I just wasn't. But eventually he kept asking for so long, I ended up saying okay. And really the whole boyfriend girlfriend title really lasted for like a week, because we'll get to the end of that, okay? So coming into second semester, I don't know how they do at y'all schools, but the public school that I went to, when we enter second semester, your classes may change. Like, you may have different teachers, you may still have the same subject but a different teacher, so you'll have a new whole new classroom, okay? I remember seeing him at school. I was a very shy person. It's very weird, but like, we were talking all break, yet I'm still very shy. So just to finally actually see him in person, like, I don't remember really like, you know, talking to him that day. When I would see him in the hallways, like, he might have tapped me and said like hey or whatever, and I would say hey, but we never really like in person had talked. I end up getting one of my classes changed. I think it was some science class or something. And I go into that classroom, I sit down, I was happy because I had 2 of my other friends were in that class. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, 2 of my besties, like we about to be turned for the rest of the year. So I was really happy. So then Jack comes into the classroom. You would think I would be very excited that like the person I've been talking to throughout the break is in my class now, but again, I'm very shy. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so weird, like he's in my class. I remember he comes into the classroom, Jack, and then he sits behind me, like in the chair right behind me, just flops himself down and then yanks my desk back to his, like pulls my chair back. And I was just like, okay, you're aggressive. I was like, okay. Him being in my class, it was just kind of, you know, kind of weird, but then like it was never like we really talked even in there. I don't remember. It was just, you know, just kind of weird. Now that you know who Jack is and how we met, I remember throughout the whole entire time we were talking, he's just very, you know, aggressive, forced, and that's a turn off to me. Like I don't like when I can tell that you're trying to be like someone else. Like I don't like that. Even when it came to having this little title thing that he wanted, I still wasn't even really thinking hard into that. Like I was just more so going with the flow. Okay, we've all been in that situation where we just kind of go with the flow with things. This was my breaking point and how I ended up cutting it off with Jack. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but for me, if I'm talking to someone or anything like that, like I don't show affection in school. I just feel like that's kind of inappropriate. And if any of y'all have ever caught me hugged up with someone, it's most likely because they're pulling on me. You can give a hug, but like kissing or anything like that, like I just don't think that you should be doing that in school. Another main reason of why I felt this way is because when you would come into a class, any classroom, the teachers would stand outside and they would greet you. So they're watching you as you walk down the hallway to their classroom. So I don't feel comfortable. Literally, my teacher is looking at me walking down the hallway with my little boo thing, and like some couples I've seen even just going at it, kissing like right in the hallway. Like your teacher can see you. I just think that's kind of weird. Like I'm about to go in your classroom and you just saw me like slobbering down, like slobbering down somebody. I just think that's kind of weird. That's just personally me, but whatever. So Jack knew this. Jack knew what type of girl I was. He knew that that's something I wasn't comfortable with. He wanted to like get into like kissing. Like we hadn't kissed yet, and again, I was not like, I don't really think that hard into like, okay, we should be kissing now, we should be a title now. Like no, just go with the flow. If it happens, it happens. But as any other little boy, I'm kidding, as most little boys, they don't care. Okay, they don't care about none of that. They still gonna try. Okay, they're still going to try to sneak in and do what they can. Okay, so I remember we were walking down the hallway to one of my classrooms. My teacher, like I said, standing right there. He jumps on me, like his arm was over me or whatever, and he jumps on me, kisses my cheek. I'm not talking, okay, I'm talking, it seemed like he licked his lips 10 times and laid a wet one, to the point where when he ran away, I felt a cooling sensation and a cooling breeze on my right cheek. And I was so pissed. You know, that may seem like, okay girl, it's not that serious. To me it was, okay, because you disrespected me because I told you I wasn't comfortable with that, and you knew you was about to get popped. That's why you ran away after you did it. I was pretty mad at that point when he did that, and I could just feel that slobber. It wasn't like it wasn't dripping, it wasn't dramatic, but it was wet. Okay, it was a wet cheek. And at that moment I was just like, you know what, I'm not even about to do this, because I just like really. So I don't remember if I told a friend that was close to me and him to tell him that I was through, or if I did it myself. Knowing me and how I really don't like to go up to people and hurt their feelings, like I think I told a friend to tell him that, okay, Jasmine, just not. That may sound kind of mean, y'all, but like, okay, I was in 9th grade. I'm keeping in mind, I'm like 13, 14, like, you know, I just, you know. Yeah, so the friend told him, okay, Jasmine's story, like she says she don't want to talk no more. So other than that, like, I never did anything mean to Jack. Moving forward as the weeks went by, and keep in mind we were in the same classroom still, so you can imagine how awkward that was in the beginning. But you know, I never did anything mean to him. I was never walking around like,
yes, I dropped him, I cut him off because I'm that chick.
like it wasn't even like that. I never did anything disrespectful to Jack, okay? But Jack didn't feel that way. Jack wanted to be messy, and he wanted to try me. He did. So let's get into the juicy hot part, all right? So a few days go by, you know, after I cut off Jack. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. I remember I was riding to school. My sister was dropping me off. My sister usually used to always drive me to school, most of the time, because I would never be ready on time. So I remember I was on my phone checking social media, checking Twitter, okay? I'm scrolling, you know, scrolling through, and I see Jack, and I see subtweets. I see subtweets concerning I. And I was just, you know, unfortunately, I can remember some tweets, I'll tell y'all in a little bit, but I can't remember exactly what the tweets were saying because I just don't. But I remember he was subtweeting me. Like, he was pretty salty. And I forgot, dang it, I forgot to say one thing, okay? Just pause right there. Stop where we're riding to school, okay? Because I forgot to tell you that when me and Jack first started talking during Christmas break, or when we came back to school and people knew, okay, they're like kind of a thing. He was on Twitter, him and this other boy. And I remember they were just like playing around, going back and forth, like, oh, talking about me, like, oh, she's mine now, she's mine, you know, just like playing around. On Twitter, when you make a tweet and then, you know, you have the details of that tweet, like the mentions connected to that tweet, it's like one conversation, and that never really leaves. Like, you could go back months ago and click one tweet and then you can see all the mentions connected to it. So that had happened like in the beginning of us talking. That tweet had been passed. Like, it was like weeks ago. It had expired. It was gone. It was gone. So tell me why. I remember this vividly. So when we're riding to school, me and my sister, I look on Twitter and I see that Jack is subtweeting me. And I see that this boy, okay, that same little conversation tweet I was telling you about between him and another boy, tell me why Jack went all the way back to that tweet. He went back to that tweet and added that same boy and said, you can have her now. He said, you can have her now, as if I'm a toy, as if I am some type of object, as if I'm the game 2K. Hey, borrow my game. Borrow my game and I'll give it back. Borrow my game and I'll let you borrow this. I'm not that. I'm breathing. Last time I checked, breathing, blood pumping, blood running through me. You don't tiss and toss me to and fro. And first of all, I cut it off with you if you really want to keep it real, Mr. Jack, okay? This is all in the public, okay? That's why I said try to play me on Twitter. This is all in public, okay? He went back to that tweet and tweeted that boy and said, you can have her now. I said, okay. So on top of that tweet, there were other ones that were being made. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not even doing this. I don't do that whole Twitter stuff. Twitter doesn't need to know your business, okay? I called him, okay? I called him going to school as I was in the car with my sister in the morning. I'm going to act it out for you. Ring, 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 ring.
Jack, why are you tweeting about me? Like, I don't understand. I did nothing disrespectful to you. I just was like, I was so confused. So I was like, Jack, man, like, why is my name in your mouth and why are you tweeting about me?
This is Jack, okay?
Wait, what? Huh? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
He's literally acting like there is a whole bunch of noise going on in the background. Like, there's either 3 things that kids are doing on the bus in the morning, okay? 1, sleep. 2, listening to music. 3, catching up on last minute homework. Your bus isn't loud in the morning. Kids are, if anything, pissed and tired to be even coming to school with a whole bunch of people that they can't stand anyway, okay? Now, coming home from school, I can understand if your bus is loud and you can't hear on the phone. But no, I was just like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? I said, let me tell you something, Jack, okay? Like I said, keep acting dumb. Keep acting like you can't hear me. But like I said, keep my name out your mouth. I said, stop tweeting about me. Stop. Like, I don't get it. I get you may be salty. I don't even know why. But stop tweeting about me. I hung up. Boop. I fixed my hair. I was done. But Jack wasn't, okay? Jack still wanted to test me. So, I look back on Twitter. Literally no more than a minute after I hung up the phone, he had tweeted again about me. He tweeted,
Wait, why this girl just call me though?
why did I just call you? Why did I call him? Let me ask y'all, okay? Why did I call Jack? Let's play a game. I called Jack because he was doing too much of this in public for no apparent reason. I called Jack to put him in check. I called Jack as a young woman, as a young adult, as a young mature teenager, calling you on the phone. We don't gotta do this on Twitter. Is there a problem? Did I do something to offend you? What's the problem? And this, like I said, everything's public. So he's basically on Twitter, like on a rant about me, acting like, you know, he dumped me, acting as if he let me go. Kid, you get that? I was so frustrated and just like, wow, this is literally ridiculous. You're that mad that I didn't want to talk to you anymore. Like, you're that mad. I could see if, like, after I cut him off, I was walking around school, like, you know, bashing him, talking about how annoying he was, how forced he was, but I wasn't. And I mean, of course, maybe to my besties, but that's different. So I remember my sister was just like, Jasmine, just calm down, go to school, like, it's okay, don't even worry about it. Y'all know my motto, never let them see you sweat. Bounce back like your curls bounce, okay? Like your curls bounce back. That's my motto, ladies, okay? So she was just like, just go through school, don't even worry about it. I was like, okay, I'm fine. I don't remember that day, but I'm sure I was fine. And yet, keep in mind, like I said earlier, he's in my class, okay, now. So quite interesting. I think we ended probably in the month of February. So let's get to the month of March. All right, let's get to the wasa kaka moment. The talent show at my school was in March. That was an intense challenge over me. In fact, because I was so freaking scared to be performing like little 13, 14-year-old me in front of a whole bunch of 18-year-olds. It was much different than performing in middle school or elementary and alone, okay? Alone. By the way, if y'all haven't checked out that talent show video, check out my 9th grade talent show video. It's from the year 2014. I have a hat on with gold rhinestones and gold and black. Yeah, so first I want to give you an idea of how, not to toot my own horn, okay, but how kind of sizzling this moment was for me in my life, okay? That's kind of how I made a name for myself in the school. I became very known after that performance, and it was just very hype. Like, people loved it till this day. I have people who really know me based off of that performance. People didn't even recognize me because, like I said, how I perform and me in person, completely different, okay? Teachers would sometimes be in class, they'll be like, that was you? I would be like, yes it was. They would be so shocked because they expect, you know, somebody walking around like, yes, I'm the baddest dancer, like, box me, who's ready? Like, they expect, you know, really over arrogant, you know, and that's not me. So it's kind of funny how it's kind of like a yin yang thing. I didn't even expect none of this, as God is my witness. When I got home, my Twitter was blowing up. I was getting mentions. Keep in mind, I'm just a little 13, 14-year-old shy little girl, and then I'm getting all these mentions from like the older people at my school, like the seniors and the juniors, like, adding me and following me, and even some people like posting pictures or snippets of me like on Twitter and like, who was this girl and stuff. So it was pretty lit, okay? It was pretty lit. Like, for the moment, it was pretty hype. Now you understand, you know, the intensity and the kind of sizzle of that moment. So everybody saw that sizzle, and everybody saw that flame, including Jack, okay? Jack saw the sizzle as well. I remember when I was riding home after school that day, and I'm getting all these like dings on my phone, and I'm like, who is this? Like, I don't understand. Guess who it was? Little Jack. Little Jack is coming back. Little Jack is coming back. He was blowing the phone up. He was blinking the hotline. It was so incredibly funny to me because there was just, I'm not kidding and I'm not lying. I don't lie for my story times. I'm keeping it real. Paragraphs. He not stopping texting me like,
Jasmin, I'll do anything to get you back. I'll do anything, I promise.
And I'm like, really? Like, how dumb do you think I am? Aren't you the same person that was just trying to play me on Twitter in public, in the limelight, and now you're blowing up my phone, trying to share in my flame, trying to join into my sizzle, you know? No, this is my sizzle. This is mine, Jack, and I'm keeping it all for me, okay? You can't share it and you can't have a piece. I was really through, but I was still keeping it classy, keeping it fresh. I was like, I'm sorry, Jack, but no, I'm not about to start talking to you again. Like, really? This is pretty predictable coming from him because, like I said, y'all, he was a person kind of like trendy, like, okay, people are doing this, so, you know, like a follower. Perfect follower, okay? Not coincidental that he would be trying to talk back to me because I'm that hot thing right now at the moment. Like, I was like, you got me messed up, okay? He was making tweets about me even after the talent show. He was just like,
wow, I know her following is blowing up right now, but I ain't gonna lie, she did good.
boy, I don't need your approval. Like, no, okay? He was still trying to be shady. Like, I don't know why. He was in his little sappy puppy dog feelings on Twitter, but you're still trying to portray like you own me, like, or like, oh, you know. It was just like, who are you? But I wasn't even, y'all, that was nothing, okay? But that really was the story time. As y'all can see, I pretty much always bounce back by the grace of God because I have been in some pretty tough situations, but like, I think beyond it, and I don't hold grudges. Keep in mind, all these people, your Jacks, your little, who was the last one? All of them, I don't hold grudges, okay, y'all? I forgive, I accept you for who you are. Pray you do the best in life and keep it pushing. Like, it's not like that. My story times are really meant to just be funny and to encourage y'all that anything in life, it may not seem funny at the moment. It may seem like, dang, that's really messed up, because you can imagine how completely embarrassed and just exposed I felt when he was tweeting about me and making those tweets. But the fact that right now, years later, I feel absolutely nothing. I ain't got no hard feelings towards these people. Like, it's nothing like that. I do hope you enjoy my story times, but always walk away with the moral. Laugh, but walk away with the moral, because anything in life, it could be pretty tough, but you'll get through it, okay? You'll bounce it back, look higher, forgive people, don't hold grudges. Trust me, it's a whole lot more stress to have hate towards someone than to just still have love for them. You can cut them off, but still just, don't be like, man, that's messed up, this person did this to me. No, it's okay, okay? Just move forward in life. And really, that's all there is to it, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. As I said before, this may be my last video for this year. So if it is, I will see you guys in 2017. Oh my gosh, I'm walking into 2017 with 500 subscribers, and I'm just so thankful. Like, I really am. So thank you guys. Thank you again, and have a blessed Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday season, a wonderful new year, and I pray the best 2017 ever for all of you guys, okay? So have a great day. Don't forget to fix your hair, flaunt your eyes, love your life, and have a great day, okay guys? So bye.